Hi, my name is J.D. Joyner, and I'm here in Greenville, North Carolina. Today I'm at John Bradley's Redneck Guitar Shop. Redneck is, we're not inferring people here, we're talking about the guitar that he has. And these guitars are handmade, and today the guitar that you just heard me play is a new model that John has just finished, and it has a 1 3/4 neck. I'm going to take a little credit because I bugged him to have the wider neck on the guitar because I'm a fingerstyle player and that's what I prefer. And so he did it, and I love it. It's just a great guitar. It's got great sound, and hopefully you could hear that on the recording. But one thing I want to tell you about the guitar is that they are handmade. John bends the rims on the guitars, the things that you would expect from any other fine guitar maker is happening right here in of all places, Eastern North Carolina and Greenville. So I was excited a few years ago when I got to meet John, heard about him, and I'm very privileged to be able to talk about this new guitar. The pickup system that John uses in his guitars, I want to talk to you about that, because what you were listening to, besides the great sound and tone of the guitar, the amplified part of it is LR Baggs, and he uses Anthem pickup systems in most of his guitars. He does offer the variety that they offer at LR Baggs, but personally this is my favorite because it's a dual system, so you get what's called a true mic. That's their terminology. It doesn't look like a mic, but it is attached to the under the bridge, on the bridge plate, and it acts like a, as they say, a true mic, because acoustically, when you roll that part in with the control, you start hearing that air that you hear from a microphone, that woody sound. You know what I'm speaking of there, what you would hear in a studio. The other part of the system is under the saddle, which is traditional. A lot of makers have that, but they blended this, and it's really a sweet sounding pickup. You have a volume control, and then you have a mix control, so you can mix between it. I just can tell you this, that as I play in different situations, mostly in Eastern North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, I'm able to really get a good sound no matter where I am, just because of the pickup system, the way it amplifies. So I want to talk to you also about their new line, LR Baggs' new line of pedals, which are down on the floor. You'll see in just a minute, and we'll talk about those because I have those as part of my chain in the sound. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. So as I said, John carries LR Baggs' new acoustic series of pedals, and there's a lot of companies putting out a lot of different things every year. It seems to kind of run together, but when something works, you get excited about it. And I'll have to say, I want to hear a true acoustic sound. When I started first hearing about their new line of pedals, maybe I was skeptic, but now that I've tried them and I'm using them, I'm saying, hey, this is great. So the first one I want to talk about is their reverb pedal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the dry sound. This is I had all this going on when I was demoing the song, but now with reverb, I mean that's just spot on. That's what you would hear on a recording. Also, give you another little demonstration. If you were playing something really, really soft and pretty, so to speak. Now we have that reverb. feels it. But it does it in a different way than a reverb on a Fender amp or your electric guitar rig. They voiced it for the acoustic guitar, and it's so easy to use. So very simple controls, and in a minute you'll see some pictures of that, some close-ups, the way we're going to do that. John says he can make that happen. So I'm going to go on to the next pedal that I've been using, and that's the session pedal. They named that after a recording session. LR Baggs would do their demos that you see on YouTube and so forth, and they would do them in the studio, and they said, well, gosh, why can't we get that sound outside of this recording studio? And let's face it, LR Baggs knows what he's doing, so he did a little investigating, and he found out that there was some mojo going on in the studio with how they did the recording. And I'm not going to try to explain it because he does it better, and the guys that work for him explain it. But basically, believe it or not, they put what they call a kind of a distortion into the sound, and it gives a more of an acoustic voice to your guitar. So this is dry. Now this is with the effect on. So again, dry. I hope that really comes across, because I'm telling you, I can just hear the wood from this guitar by using that effect. And what they've tried to do is give you an effect that no matter where you are, you're going to get a great sound every time. So enjoyed talking to you, and hope that this was helpful.